show you how to recode a variable. We know that if we create a scale, an index, we need all questions going to the same direction. So if I say, do you like an apple? And then I use the Likert scale, I will use 1 as the lowest level, like I strongly disagree that I like apples. And for example, 7, I strongly agree that I like apple. So the next question after this one needs to have the same logic. So for example, do you think that apples are delicious? If you have the Likert scale and in this specific question you have 1 which indicate that I strongly agree, I need to recode the scale because I want all the questions going to the same direction. So the apple is good, 1 means strongly disagree, 7 means strongly agree. The next question should be, do you think apples are delicious? 1 strongly disagree, 7 strongly agree. So you need to have the same scale. So remember to modify this part, the names of the variables. So instead of having question 1, question 2, question 3, you should have something like I don't know, environmental 1, environmental 2, environmental 3, or TikTok user preferences. Like you can use like the first letters of this sentence in order to have, for example, the first 4 questions are measuring 1 scale. The other questions 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8 measure another question. So see here I have KT41, KT42, KT43, and KT44. So now we see how to recode these questions. So open SPSS, of course, you have data view, variable view. So you go in variable view. So here you have, oh, where is it? Where did it go? Okay, so KT41, law enforcement TV shows encourage people to disrespect law enforcement. So this is negative, right? The second one, law enforcement TV shows encourage people to respect law enforcement. We are using 2 questions that are telling the opposite, and we are using the scale in the same direction. So we have a problem here because like 1, in the first question, law enforcement TV shows encourage people to disrespect law enforcement means strongly disagree to the disrespect. In the second one, law enforcement TV shows encourage people to respect law enforcement. I indicate strongly disagree to the fact that law enforcement TV shows encourage people to respect law enforcement. So these 2 questions are set in a way that are the opposite, right? So we will have problems when we compute the variables because we need, as I said, like all these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 going to the same direction. So having like negative questions, we have a certain kind of Likert scale. We have a positive question, we have a certain kind of Likert scale. So what do we do? So we go in transform. So you go in recode into different variables. Don't go to recode into same variables because you will lose your original data. So you want to go here, recode into different variables, and then you go here, you have here all the variables, so you need to find the right ones, right? So we need law enforcement here, yes. So this one, law enforcement should encourage people to do respect. Law enforcement encourage people. So we have like 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have KT41, KT42, KT43, KT44, right? So when you are in SPSS, this arrow means that you are selecting, and then if you click this arrow, you are moving this variable from the left to the right, okay? So the point here is to recode the variables, right? So we click the first one, which is KT41, right? We click here and we move this variable here. And we want 1 and 3 because like we noticed that these two have to be recorded, right? So we have, this is the second, the third. So we click here and then we move it. So we have KT41, KT43, okay? Then, because we decided beforehand that 1 and 3 have to be recorded, then we create a new variable here. So for the first one, we write KT4 underscore 1 and REC, like recoded. Let's use this. And then we label it KT4 underscore 1 recoded such that I numbers means more positive. So we said means more positive. Just a second, because SPSS is not responding. Sometimes it can happen. More positive, yes. Low enforcement. In case SPSS doesn't respond, just save everything, close it, and reopen it, because sometimes it can happen. So we are recoding law enforcement. So positive law enforcement, show influence. Okay, change. So it will make a new variable when I run this. And in the dataset, it will appear the label here. So the recoded variable at the end of the data set. So we do change. Now we do the same things for this one. KT4 underscore TRAC. So we copy this and we use it here. KT4 underscore 3 underscore REC. Then we copy and paste what we wrote for KT41. I just need to change this part. okay, which is 3. So it change. You remember that this new variable of the recorded values will appear here at the end. Okay, so now you select all the new values. You have to change the 7 to 1, 6 to 2, because you have convert the scale, right? 1, you put 7 here. So the old value on the left, the new value on the right. So you have to now change the values, right? 1 becomes 7, and we do this. 2 becomes 6, add. 3 becomes 5, add. 4, copy all values, it stays the same, so add. 5 becomes 3, 6 is 2, and 7 is 1. So we are like converting the scale. I usually select all other values are going to be copied in case there is some missing variables or something else. SPSS will copy it. So we have all values here. And then we do, okay. So all other values was not copying. Oh, no, it's here. Okay. Add. So it's not this one. Sorry. Nice. So I do continue, right? Now, what we do, so now we have the recorded scale, right? So we do paste, right? Because we want the syntax. So we keep the records. We have paste, and then we have the syntax here where we have a coding, right? Here, SPSS produce this syntax where everything is written, like what we did and everything. Okay. Usually when we have the syntax in SPSS and we want to have like tables and like we want to say SPSS, okay, we have the syntax, now you have to do something. We select and we use this play basically. So here we have the two variables that we recoded, KT41, KT43. We alighted this, we play it, and then nothing pops up. It just says that we have the new variables here, right? We have the recoded variables here. So KT41 recoded, KT43 recoded. Okay, so see you in the next video.